It's no wonder that in 2021, San Francisco issued only 2,000 permits for new homes. Sure, there are people living in the streets, but that's because we want to make sure the apartments they don't live in are perfect. I don't fear AI anymore because it couldn't possibly be any more robotic than the humans who run things now. Heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated. San Francisco, the city's so nice you'll step in poop twice. It's an area where homeless people were urinating and defecating, and it was starting to annoy the people breaking into cars. So the city tried to build a public toilet last year, but then gave up when the cost hit $1.7 million. Not $1.7 million for a public toilet system, $1.7 million for one toilet.
It's finally here. Bill Maher just turned his fire on Gavin Newsom, and it caught a lot of people off guard. Long seen as a friendly voice toward the California governor, Maher flipped the script with a series of blistering takedowns, arguing that overregulation and crushing taxes are slowly suffocating the state. In sharp, biting, and often hilarious fashion, he laid out how California's high costs and heavy-handed policies are driving people and businesses away, turning a once golden promise into a cautionary tale. This wasn't a partisan ambush. It was a frustrated insider calling out failure, and the result was one of Maher's most brutal and memorable critiques yet.
Vast network of regulators, administrators, inspectors, contract reviewers, project managers, fee assessors, special commissioners, zoning officers, and consultants whose jobs seem to be to make sure nothing ever happens and then charge you for it. The people who answer the phone, "Permit office, how may I hinder you?"
Maher takes direct aim at California's addiction to creating new agencies, offices, and task forces that sound productive but rarely deliver results. Instead of fixing real problems, the state piles on layers of bureaucracy that slow everyday life to a crawl. Anyone who actually lives in California knows how absurd it's become. A simple garage door repair can turn into a full-blown bureaucratic ordeal, requiring multiple permits, piles of paperwork, fees, inspections, and weeks or even months of waiting. What should take a single afternoon turns into a test of patience. That's the frustration Maher is ranting about. His point isn't just inconvenience. It's a system that seems designed to obstruct regular people while government itself keeps growing. The irony, as he highlights, is brutal. The more agencies California creates, the less efficient it becomes, leaving residents trapped in red tape while nothing actually gets done.
It feels like San Francisco is actually proud of being impossible. Asked about the toilet, a spokesman for the Department of Public Works said, "We are a city of public input." Okay, but I'm stepping in public output. Meanwhile, the median time to get approval to build a house there is 627 days. That's 217 days longer than it took to build the Empire State Building. You need 87 permits, 15 from the Planning Commission, 26 from the Public Utilities Commission and the Fire Department, 19 from building inspectors, 17 from the Public Works, 10 related to public spaces, and 1 from a guy in a T-shirt that says Federal Boob Inspector.
Building a house in San Francisco is anything but straightforward. What should be a simple construction process quickly turns into a complex maze of permits, approvals, and reviews. Builders must navigate environmental assessments, neighborhood hearings, design boards, and countless compliance checks, each with its own fees, delays, and consultants. By the time the permitting process is complete, nearly 80% of a project's budget can be spent, long before construction even starts. Ma points out that this bureaucratic labyrinth is a major driver of the city's high housing costs. It makes building so expensive and time-consuming that only the wealthy can afford to participate, resulting in fewer homes, soaring prices, and a city increasingly out of reach for ordinary residents.
15% of workers in America work for the government. That's 24 million people with one shared vision: to fine you if your mailbox is too big. They say a conservative is a liberal who just got mugged, but it could also be a liberal who just got cock-blocked trying to remodel a porch. Oh, yeah. or got a parking ticket because their car was facing out instead of in. Last year, Wyoming began construction on the largest wind farm in North America that will power 2 million homes in Arizona, Nevada, and California. And to think, it only took 18 years. Not to build it, to approve it. 18 backlogged, knuckle-dragging, pencil-pushing, thumb-twaddling, ball-scratching years.
It took an astonishing 18 years to approve a single wind power project bringing energy from Wyoming to California. In a time when politicians constantly stress urgency on climate change, this clean energy initiative languished in regulatory limbo, facing environmental reviews, hearings, revisions, lawsuits, and endless bureaucratic hurdles before anyone could even break ground. By the time approval finally arrived, technology had advanced, costs had skyrocketed, and the political window had long closed. Critics like Maher highlight the glaring contradiction. Leaders talk incessantly about green energy while overseeing a system that makes building it painfully slow, if not impossible. Rather than accelerating solutions, the regulatory maze strangles them, raising a critical question. If it takes 18 years to greenlight a wind project, is the system truly designed to solve problems or merely to stall them indefinitely?
There's an area where homeless people were urinating and defecating, and it was starting to annoy the people breaking into cars. So the city tried to build a public toilet last year, but then gave up when the cost hit $1.7 million. Not $1.7 million for a public toilet system, $1.7 million for one toilet. And this wasn't some magic toilet that catches your phone when you drop. So then a private company took pity on San Francisco and offered to build them their toilet for free. But after, quote, project management, construction management, architecture and engineering fees, permits, civic design review, surveys, contract preparation, and cost estimation, the free toilet was still going to cost almost $1 million.